Coliseum.
Oakland forever, baby.
Today, we are finally here for the final game at the Oakland Coliseum. Final game ever for pro sports here in the East Bay. Last game in Oakland. The Warriors played here. The Raiders played here. The A's have played here. Last day ever for any of the teams. I don't really know what to expect, but let's check it out.
We got people lined up. 6:40 in the morning. They just let us in to the stadium complex for the final game ever in the East Bay. The A's, the last team to leave Oakland. Warriors left in 19 over to San Francisco. Same with the Raiders, down to Vegas. It doesn't seem real. They said they had no fans. I don't know about that.
Oakland forever, man. Oakland forever. We may be leaving, but we're not gone.
As the time went on, more and more people started to file into the parking lots here outside of the Coliseum, and the tailgates were on. But I truly, really wanted to hear what the A's fans had to say, so I went to go talk to lifetime A's fans Kevin and Eric.
And this is the final game here at the Coliseum. What would you guys say is your favorite moment where you guys attended a game?
Probably any of the playoff games are always great, but I would say actually even a regular season game. We saw the Yankees when they had Mariano Rivera and I think it was Tejada. No, Jarek Chavez got a real big hit, and then Tejada hit it, and they swept the Yankees in the season. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Moneyball
crowd was crazy. Yeah, Moneyball is just crazy.
Yeah.
Like everybody standing the whole game, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Really cool.
It's got to be that 5-game series against the Tigers back in 2012. Game 4, they were down 3-1.
Yeah, that was.
And they came back and won 4-3. Coco Crisp got the game-winning dinger, and the right fielder bobbled the ball right as Seth Smith was rounding third. Yeah. And if he had caught that ball, I don't know if he would have been safe or not. It would have been close, but that was an amazing game. Unfortunately, they lost Game 5 against Verlander, but that's got to be the best. This is my third game for the year. But it's kind of hard when our owner of the team basically sells everybody off and tries to drive attendance down and raise prices for tickets. It's like, how do you justify that? Obviously, he wants to move, and it's unfortunate.
What's your message to him? I know but what would you say your message is?
It's just like, listen, all the owners are billionaires, right? They all make a lot of money, but like he writes this letter, and it's like, why? It's just a bad look. Like, I think he's going to move to Vegas and then sell the team. So I wish he would sell it now, but he's not going to.
Like, he's just trying to say the right things. If he wishes he could talk to everybody.
I know, really.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Yeah, he won't even go and talk to the press or nothing. It's ridiculous.
We need Joe Lacob. We need you, Joe Lacob.
Will you guys be supporting the A's in Sacramento?
Yeah, I'll always be an A's fan. You don't let one owner ruin it, and you're born this way. I think.
I won't abandon the A's, never. I have too many fond memories of this team. I mean, since I was 6 years old was my first memory, and we're going to miss them. I'm going to miss the stadium. It may be a dump, but it's our dump.
When I tell you the vibes out here were great, they were immaculate. And I still wanted to talk to more A's people, so I went to go talk to Dallas, Braden, and Jerome.
So Dallas, you threw a no-hitter here.
Never thrown a no-hitter.
Or you threw a perfect game.
There you go.
Perfect game. Now you're broadcasting the A's. What does this final moment mean for you?
I mean, it means everything, right? This is where it all started. Unfortunately, this is where it's supposed to end. This is where it's ending now. So they say. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a perfect encapsulation of what this place truly means on a day that I know is going to mean a lot to a lot of different people, a very emotional day. It's a day that I think everybody's going to be able to kind of come together and as I've said before, wrap their arms around this place and each other one last time. And it's something that these people deserve to be able to do. It's something our fans deserve. You're the best fans that the game has ever seen, and that's for a reason. And so they deserve to have this moment in time and send this thing off the way they should.
So what would you say is your favorite moment ever attending an A's game?
When the Haas family bought the team in 1980, we drove down from Sacramento. Place was packed just like this, and you just feel different. The attitude was like, yay, yay, no more Charlie Finley. Charlie Finley of Chicago, another owner that would go to the cheap route and ran the team almost into the ground and almost sold the team to Marvin Davis of Denver, Colorado, oil guy. And Major League Baseball said no to that. So that was the greatest time. The 80s were great here. competitive, the best baseball field in America at the time. And then at the end of the 80s and 90s, they brought in La Russa, and they spent the money to get people who knew how to win. And that was the glory days of the Oakland A's last, 25 years or so.
Would you say that you're going to be following the A's when they go to Sacramento?
No, not at all. They're playing in a rinky-dink minor league stadium. It's just a dirty way of how John Fisher is going to Las Vegas. I'm here today for the last time ever to support the A's. And I grew up in Sacramento, and I will not go to an A's game up there. I hope you sell the team, and I hope you lose money, because that's all you're worried about.
It was finally time to go into the Coliseum. It felt like a different animal going into that stadium. We all felt like one purpose, and that was to see the A's win their final game in the Coliseum.
Just entering in.
One final time through the Eckersley Gate, one final time in the main concourse area, and it's crazy, so many people had already entered in. This was at 10:30 in the morning. Remind you, the game didn't start till 12:30, but anyways, we got to soak in everything, check out the view from just about every single spot in the stadium as well.
This is surreal.
A's games do you try to get to a year?
Coming out every single home game, and I see about 20 road games a year. So almost 100 A's games this season, I do.
What would you say is your favorite A's game that you've ever been to?
That would be Dallas Braden's perfect game. That was on Mother's Day. Sorry, Mom, I had to skip the game, or skip Mother's Day to go to the game, but it's one of the greatest thrills of my life, seeing a perfect game. Never thought I'd see a no-hitter, but I saw a perfect game. That was awesome.
What is your, outlook on the A's?
I'll watch them on TV. I might try to go to games if I get free tickets, but besides that, no, I don't want to give John Fisher any more money. That guy can shove it up his you-know-what.
What is your message to John Fisher? How do you feel about him?
Hate him. He's taken away something from a community that absolutely loves his team. He's taken away civic pride, honestly, Oakland civic pride, and he's a billionaire. Why does he need more money? The guy's just lousy, and I wish him a miserable life.
How many A's games would you say you normally get to a year where you're sitting right here?
I'm a season ticket holder, so every game I can make. Yeah.
First memory of going to an A's game where you...
My youngest one was 3 years old, and she was waving a small flag, and she was enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I just know that bringing up my kids, 4 boys coming to the A's games, and now my grandkids, and they couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking right now. It's heartbreaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
The passion and hatred for John Fisher here in Oakland is real because the history is so rich. The A's mean so much to Oakland, and losing the A's is just heartbreaking for them. And for people that haven't been to this stadium ever, man, will it be missed in baseball because it is one of a kind. For people that don't know, they call this place the Last Dive Bar. And there actually is a dive bar in here. This place stretches throughout most of home plate in the second level. When this place is rocking, this place has to be the best atmosphere to watch a baseball game behind home plate. As we walked around the stadium, I met Tarek, a lifelong A's fan who wanted to show us just about everything there was in here, and here's my interview with him.
How long have you been an A's fan?
Since 2011, when Coco Chris, actually against the Rangers, hit a huge home run, and I realized there was a baseball player named Coco Crisp.
Awesome.
And I said, "Oh shit! Well, the A's are my team. Then I can't move on from that." So 13 years, yeah.
What does this final game mean to you?
It means like a mixture of a celebration of the franchise, and also kind of a funeral too. It was the game last night too, and it was kind of the lead up to this, where a playoff atmosphere, which are just unparalleled, but also like a mixture of sadness.
Yeah.
That I've gone to a lot of baseball, football games, basketball games in my life. I haven't felt this before. It's very strange. It feels wrong, Yes. But it's a celebration too of Oakland fans and the Coliseum and all the amazing players that played here even before I was alive.
Yeah.
If I was a fan, so that's kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to about 10 a year. I lived out in Roseville, outside of Sacramento. So it was a little 2 hours to get there, but I tried to get to between 8 and 10.
Yeah.
After they announced, I kept the same number, but not because of the reasons of like seeing the team. It was more of like days are numbered here, and want to see as much as I can, but also support the people, my friends in the Oakland 68's Last Dive Bar, all the amazing people out there who are, people say boycotting. I think they're just kind of like voicing the fans' frustration to cheer on the players, because it's not the players' fault.
Yeah, no,
they're great.
not at all.
You know, like we got some like great players this year that I love watching. It's just so sad they're under these circumstances. I will always cheer on these players: Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, Zach Geloff, Mason Miller. All these guys who are great, not only great players, but seem like great human beings. Mark Kotze, great guy, used to play for the A's, manager. But they're not going to put the word Sacramento in the name. It's just going to be athletics. And I love Sacramento fans. Even to insult the city you're moving to and to just betray the city you've been a part of for 57 years doesn't make me want to support you anymore. They're extremely cowardly is the very kind PG way of saying it.
The views outside of the Oakland Coliseum are crazy. There's San Francisco, and then if you look out into the distance, those are the Oakland Hills that you could once see before Mount Davis. There's the old Golden State Warriors arena and the old Oakland Raiders seats out there.
Dear Oakland Coliseum, as the sun sets on nearly 6 days.
Please welcome Athletic Hall of Famers, Dave Stewart and Ricky Henderson. Thank you, Dave Stewart and Ricky Henderson. At the twilight and the rocky.
This game is like no other that I've been to. I've been to so many baseball games throughout my life. It's my second game at the Oakland Coliseum. There's really nothing like it. So many people, cameras out, videos out, taking it all in because this place has meant so much to the Oakland A's, fans, and the East Bay, with the Raiders playing here, the Warriors on the other side, and it's all coming to an end today. Now here at this area, this might be my favorite part of the Oakland Coliseum. I know it's tucked away in this little corner, but this is right behind home plate as you go from the first level to the second level club area. But it gives a history of the A's franchise from when they moved here in the late 60s to the Coliseum all the way till now. But let's start over here. So the A's history runs deep here in Oakland. The A's came here in the late 60s, started in the Oakland Coliseum. Charlie O'Finley was the owner at the time, had weird little gimmicks that he created. There's right there with the bunny. It was supposed to come out of the ground and have balls that came up for the umpires. But as you kind of walk over, there's Charlie O'Finley, the history. You got a World Series ticket up there. Got some baseball cards up there, programs. Here's one of their World Series wins in 1972 against the Cincinnati Reds, their first World Series in Oakland, and then their second one right there in 1973, defeating the New York Mets. And then they were known as the Swingin' A's during that time. They won 3 straight World Series. Pretty cool stuff here. There's that logo, the Swingin' A's, and they were the only team, they were the first team, not sure about the only team, but the first team to incorporate white colored shoes as their uniform. And that was something that Charlie O'Finley incorporated. Wanted to be unique and different. Once the A's moved out here to Oakland, they had more of a green and yellow colorway compared to the blue that was in Kansas City and the red in Philadelphia. Crazy stuff here, really cool. There's the logo, big. A lot of star players that played for them in the 70s. And then this era is known as the Billy Ball A's in the mid-80s. They were good. Ricky Henderson was here.
Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire towards the late 80s. A lot of stuff to see here on this wall. Started to get good again in the 80s, late 80s. In 87, the All-Star game in Oakland. And then the classic Battle of the Bay Earthquake Series, which ended in a sweep for the Oakland A's in 1989 in their most recent World Series. A lot of star players on there. You can see Dave Stewart, Ricky Henderson, Mark McGuire was on this team, Jose Canseco, so many Hall of Famers, so many legends. Tony La Russa, manager from 1986 to 1995. Great time to be an A's fan.
The traditions definitely run deep here.
We're stopped by the herd at the finish line, but it looks like it's going to be Ricky Henderson on the way. Thank you, fans. Thank you, Oakland. We did it, and I love you forever.
As the ninth inning began, it was Miller time. And that was it, the last ever game at the Oakland Coliseum. It was a game that I will truly never forget, and my hearts go out to the Oakland fans. Let's go, Oakland.